Hello, everyone. Welcome to the bonus session that's related to the Leadership Confidence Building series. And in this case, we're going to be talking about District 64 supports and services that are available to all clubs. And of course, as leaders, but also as club members and club officers, it's really important to be aware of what are all the supports and services that are open to each and every club within District 64. And sometimes half the battle is just knowing where to look, who to reach out to leverage and engage in those awesome services that will help enable your club to grow in health, grow in membership, and grow in excellence. So with that, we'll be speaking a little bit about Speechcraft, Speakers Bureau, club coaching. There's going to be a little bit about marketing and marketing resources, a little bit on club building, a little bit on sponsors and mentors, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. First up, though, for our first speaker, we have Doreen Roman, who's going to be talking and telling us a little bit about club coaching within District 64. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and I'll pin Doreen. Doreen, the floor is yours. Please tell us a little bit about club coaching.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay. I'm not sure how to start this. There we go. There we go. All right. Yes, as Stephen said, I am Doreen Roman. I am the club coach coordinator this year. And this year, TI has come up with some new requirements to become a club coach. And the purpose of this is to strengthen the club coaching program, which is, for myself, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is bringing, I believe, club coaching to the next level. So for duties of a club coach are to build a rapport, to instill enthusiasm, to assist the club environment and recommend best practices, to work with the club officers, and to motivate the club to strive for a distinguished club program. The benefits of being a club coach: to develop your team building skills, to expand leadership, to increase proficiency as a facilitator, a negotiator, problem solver. You share your expertise, you invest in future of Toastmasters, and you can also earn your DTM credit, which is a nice bonus at the end. So the new club coach program, when you go into TI website, looks like this. And in order to be a club coach, you are required to take this new club coach program. And also the club that you are coaching, one of the officers from that club also has to have the club coach, pardon me, I have a hard time saying that, club coach program as well, in order for that club to have a club coach. So as I said before, it builds rapport, instills enthusiasm in that. And that can all be found at the website at the bottom. To be eligible. Okay. So for the clubs to be eligible, you have to have at least 3 and not more than 12 members. You have to have at least 1 club officer who has completed the club coach program, as I had said before. The club cannot be suspended or closed. And there cannot be a club coach or 2 appointed to this club already. For prospective coaches, you need to be a paid member in good standing. You cannot be a member of the club you want to coach. You have to have been at least a member in Toastmasters for at least 1 year. served as a club officer for an annual term or 2 semi-annual terms, and have completed a minimum of level 2 in pathways or the advanced communicator bronze or advanced leader bronze. And also at the end have completed the club coach program training module. Appointment, quite important. So what happens is the club will vote if they want a club coach. Then they will identify to the district leaders that they would like a coach, and the leaders would identify the potential club coach. They would meet, like the club officers would meet with the club coach, sign the agreement, and that is then passed to the district director, who signs off on the agreement or signs the club coach agreement and sends it to world headquarters for the coach to be appointed. When the club coach is appointed, after all the eligibility requirements have been met, excuse me, world headquarters will send a notice to the club coach and to the club that is going to be coached and to the district leaders. So the steps after for achievement of a club coach. So a club coach must serve at least 6 months. They cannot join that club during their appointment. And they must complete a preliminary report within 30 days of the appointment that is sent to the club growth director. After 60 days, they need to send a 60-day report to the club growth director, and any 60 days after that. When it's all said and done, when the club has reached distinguished status, the club coach sends a final report after their appointment is done to the club growth director. The steps also. So you can be a club coach depending on how fast your club is working towards becoming distinguished with your help. It can take as little as 6 months for that club to become distinguished. To receive the credit, the club president will send off to world headquarters, notifying them that the club coach has completed their task. To earn additional awards, the club's coach must also have 20 paid members, which I have to check on that. And if the club coach is unsuccessful, the appointment will be extended for another 2 years. And I should expand on that part because I never mentioned it at the top. When you're appointed, I'll take myself as an example. So I'm a coach for a club in District 64. I have up until June to get them distinguished. If I don't, I have another year to complete. So in order to be a club coach, I would recommend to start coaching in July, because then you get the full year. Actually, you'd get 2 full years. If you can understand what I'm saying. It can be a little confusing. I had to really stop and think about that. Start in July, you'd get 2 full years. If you started in December, you would only get 18 months because it wouldn't go. Because TI runs from July till June. So that's how that part works. Took me a bit to figure it out. Your support team. Everybody needs a support team when they're doing things. So a club can have up to 2 coaches. So each coach, you would be supporting each other. But you would also have your club growth director, your club retention chair, your area and divisions directors, and other experienced Toastmasters to help you complete this program you're on. Again, here's the website where you can look up anything you want to know. If you have any questions about the program and that, you can go to this website or you can contact myself. And yeah, I would say try it. I didn't want to be a club coach. Well, I didn't want to be. I hadn't thought about it before. And now that I am a club coach, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Doreen. And for those aspiring leaders out there, becoming a club coach is a wonderful opportunity to build on your coaching and mentoring skills. So there's lots of club coaching opportunities. And of course, for clubs that are in need, reach out to Doreen Roman or the club retention chair to find out more on how you can get a coach matched up to your club to help support the invigoration of that club. All right, next up on the agenda, I see that we have Laurette Greenlay, who's going to be telling us a little bit about speechcraft and how that can benefit a club's growth. Laurette, the floor is yours. And you're on mute, Laurette.
Can you hear me now? You can hear me now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. I put everything up and then, okay. What is Speechcraft? It's a learning program aligned with pathways. And when I say that, what you would learn in the Speechcraft, for example, the icebreaker speech, writing a speech with purpose, introduction to vocal variety, those speeches are the same speeches you do when you first join Toastmasters. So the first level in Toastmasters is what the Speechcraft participant will be doing. So if they join Toastmasters after they finish Speechcraft, they will be getting credit for all the speeches they've done through Speechcraft. It is a communication, a public speaking organization, and it's also a direct learning workshop where there is a leader and individual learning, and they're learning online because they do go to the Toastmasters International website to go into and it's called Gateway, and that's where they would get their Speechcraft information. And you deliver it in 4, 6, or 8 weeks. There is I call them educational. Throughout the whole Speechcraft program, there is educational. For example, there's choose a topic, where you define a topic that will be delivered by the speaker. Prepare to present, is to write a speech that conveys a message, and on methods learners can use to prepare for those presentations. Giving and receiving feedback. This project focuses on how to receive and evaluation and how to share supportive, effective feedback with others. Know your purpose. Skills to identify and deliver a purposeful message when speaking to a group. Body language. Understand the impact of movement, gestures, and facial expressions on the effective delivery of a speech. How to evaluate. To review a speech and deliver feedback using evaluation materials available from Toastmasters. Vocal variety. A subtle impact of voice and vocal variety goes far beyond in doing your presentation. And powerful words. The importance of words, that choice when delivering a message. Now, who can sponsor a Speechcraft? An active club in good standing. And when I say that, that means a club has to have 8+ members. And the reason why they have to have at least 8 members is that if they are suspended, they cannot go into Toastmasters International website, they cannot purchase the Speechcraft, and they cannot deliver the presentation. So it has to be an active club. And it's an excellent, excellent membership building opportunity. We did it with one of the clubs that Laverne and I belonged to it was called Wojciechowski at the time. They were already old. We did 3 Speechcraft and we built a club up to 20 members. We had 10 participants, 9 joined. It was very, very successful for that particular club. Now, one of the club resources, you've got a speechcraft coordinator. That's the person who heads the speechcraft. An assistant to present workshop topics. Those topics I was just talking about a bit ago, I call them educational. You need help to deliver those. And each week there's a different one that is presented, as I indicated a few minutes ago. So you need members of your club to help you or other Toastmasters to help you. Guides and mentors. I think it's important that each member, each participant receives a mentor to help them. So it'd be nice if you had 4 or 5 members so that they could help and become mentors to these participants. And of course, everything in Toastmasters is evaluated at the beginning of the speechcraft. All the presentations will be evaluated. As the time goes on, each participant will be evaluating each other, but right at the beginning, you need evaluators. What's in the speechcraft kit? The kit includes workshop materials, online registrations for 5 participants. So if you have, for example, 7 people that is registered, then you need to buy 2 kits. And the cost of the kits is $50 US, and it's approximately 65 Canadian. I think now it's about 68 to 70 to tell you the truth, but that's a ballpark figure. And then you have access to the speechcraft material online, and it's called Gateway. So when you go into your profile into TI website, you go through Gateway, and that's how you receive the speechcraft kit. And this is what it looks like. This is all the different material that the speechcraft kit has. As I said, $50 American, and the item is 8,600. So that is the item number. Now, for discussion and decision, do you have a club resources to proceed? It's $70. 2 is $140. Do you have money in the bank account to help you to purchase this speechcraft? When can you can hold it instead of your regular Toastmasters meeting? You can hold a speech that you can have it a different night. You can have it at a different location. You can have it at a different location. You can have it at all different kinds of places. Who should be invited? Anyone who wants to improve their communication and leadership skills. What's the minimum number of participants? 5. There's 5 in the one particular package. The first package you buy, there's 5 in it. And how much did you charge? What we charged was $50, and that can be used towards their membership fee if they join the club. That's kind of an incentive for them to join the club, because already they're $50 to the credit for it. One of the best things that can happen, I think, to a club is to have a speechcraft. It really comes down to the basic of Toastmasters, and you learn, even as a person who's giving the presentation, you learn a lot from it. If you have more than 5 people, you buy 2 packages. 2 people can become the speechcraft coordinator, and both will get credit towards their DTM. And it's easy. You could split it up. One week you could be doing the presentation. The next week the other person could do the presentation. It's a very doable affair. This is the poster that Toastmaster International has that you can fill and you can send to anyone in the world you want to send it to. Because if you do it on Zoom, anyone can come to the meeting. If you do it in person, then it would be a little. I guess the area can't be as far. So if you have any questions, please ask them away now. Back to you, Stephen.
Many thanks, Laurette Greenlay, for taking us through speechcraft. And one of the interesting things about being a Toastmaster, as we all know, there's two sides of the equation. So you'll notice that there's lots for those aspiring leaders. It's yet another set of opportunities to step up and become a speechcraft coordinator. And that can lead to membership growth and development for that club who's running it. And of course, for the club itself, it's great opportunity to bring in new potential members that might just transform and turn into your next new members for growth. So many thanks, Laurette, for presenting on speechcraft. Next up, I see yet another service. We've got club coaching, speechcraft. And next up on the list I see is the Speakers Bureau. So we have Doan here who's going to tell us a little bit about the Speakers Bureau and what it's all about and how we can engage. Man, the floor is yours.
Stephen, thank you. Thank you. I don't have a PowerPoint or anything, but you can spotlight me if you want to. Say you join Toastmasters to improve your public speaking skills and build confidence. And you have done many speeches. You also done table topics, a lot of it. Now you have been with Toastmasters for a while, perhaps 1 year, 5 years, or even 10 years or more. You may belong to multiple clubs and you love Toastmasters. But did you sometimes feel that something is missing? Do you want to meet with people outside of your clubs? Or do you want to connect with people outside of Toastmasters and maximize your speaking potential? If you answered yes to all of those, I have a unique opportunity for you. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Doan. I am the Speakers Bureau Coordinator for District 64. And I am super excited today to talk to you about the Speakers Bureau and why you should join it. As you know, Toastmasters is an organization that focuses on helping people become better communicators and better leaders. And one of the best ways to do this is by speaking in public, whether it's giving a speech in front of a group of people, in person or virtually, or representing a project at work, school, or just speaking up in a meeting. Being able to communicate effectively is an important skill that can benefit you in many areas of your life. And you know, the Speakers Bureau is an excellent platform to practice public speaking and to develop your communication skills further. It provides an opportunity for you to deliver speeches to a wide range of audiences, including businesses, organizations, schools, and different community groups. The Speakers Bureau is a great way to showcase your talents, to build your confidence, and promote Toastmasters to the wider community. So I myself had the privilege to speak to different audiences and a lot of communities. And I was invited to visit and speak to different Toastmaster clubs in District 64 and also around the world. Recently, just a few weeks ago, I was invited to give a keynote to 2 clubs in Seattle, Washington. And I was also invited to give keynotes and give speeches to different communities. For example, the Nigerian Association of Manitoba. And I did workshops for the youth at the church communities, just to name a few, because I signed up for Speakers Bureau before. As you know, the possibilities are endless, and you can grow so much in the process. When you join the Speakers Bureau, you have access to a variety of resources to help you prepare for your speeches. You will also receive additional training on how to craft a compelling message and engage the audience and to deliver a memorable presentation beyond the Toastmaster club that you have attended. You will have also access to expert feedback and coaching from fellow experienced Toastmasters, including the accredited speakers in our district. We have 2 of them and more to come, who they can help you hone your skills and improve your performance. So one of the most significant benefits of joining the Speakers Bureau is the opportunity to connect with people outside of Toastmasters. You will have the chance to network with professionals from different industries and to build the relationship that can benefit you in your career and in your personal life. So speaking at events also provides that exposure that can help you establish yourself as an authority in your field, the expert that people are going to be looking for you to invite you to those meetings and to give keynotes and speeches that can help people. So You know, joining the Speakers Bureau is an excellent way to take your public speaking skills to a different level, to the next level. You will have the opportunity to challenge yourself, to push your boundaries, and grow as a speaker. You will also be contributing to the success of your Toastmaster club by just promoting the organization to different, more wider communities. And often the requesting organization that ask for you, for your service, will offer an honorarium or donation to you. And you can put those honorariums or donations back to your club's treasury. And you and your clubs can use those funds for educational purposes. You can purchase books, you can get educational materials, for example, the speechcraft and all of that that were just mentioned before for your club, okay? So what are you waiting for? I invite you to join the Speaker Bureau and take advantage of that unique opportunity to develop your public speaking skills, to network with professionals, and to make a positive impact on your community. Whether you are a seasoned speaker or you're just starting with Toastmasters, the Speakers Bureau can help you become the best communicator that you can be. So join our Speaker Bureau. I can guarantee you the experience is so rewarding, just like I had. It's a great way to keep your skill current, to expand your opportunities for presenting, and to do also a little personal and professional networking, all for a good cause, while giving back to your community, which always matters. So you can go to district64.ca website to sign up, or just email speakersbureau@district64.ca. speakersbureau@district64.ca. One more time, speakersbureau@district64.ca. Thank you again for your time. And remember, we want you.
Thank you so much, Doan, for taking us through the Speakers Bureau. And yet another wonderful opportunity for aspiring leaders to step up and grow and to engage in different forms and events to share their knowledge, share wisdom of Toastmasters, but also give back to the club and give back to the community at the same time. Thank you so much, man, for taking us through that. Next up, I see that we're going to be learning a little bit more about maybe marketing resources and different resources that are available for clubs to leverage to help them grow and market their clubs. One thing that I want to note is that through district leadership training, I was able to make a few contacts in the second round with District 56, and I think there might be some content there that could be of value, but there's tons of value. So Liz has done a little bit of digging to bring some pieces of marketing information together to help us say, okay, if you're going to look at a few things, maybe start here first. So Liz, please take us away and tell us what you found. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Stephen. Good evening, everyone. This evening, I'll be talking a little bit about some club marketing tips and tools for club officers. So when Stephen asked me to report on the District 56 marketing links and knowledge for this evening, I was really curious. And I soon learned that District 56 has implemented a special event called Marketing Mondays. This was of interest to me because I thought, this is a great idea. Why don't we do it in our district? So I think it's a good thing to try in the future. But what they do is they created some YouTube videos they were featuring their District 56 Club Growth Director, Elizabeth Ruiz, and other District 56 leaders. So taking the time to listen to these discussions really gave me some valuable insights into the many ways that Toastmasters International supports club growth. And here's a slide showing where you can subscribe to their YouTube videos. They have a focus on resources available at Toastmasters International. And some of the ones that I looked at were they're dated, so 2/27/2023 is the most recent one. It was on club marketing guides. The previous one was video marketing strategies, social media marketing, strategic marketing, influencer marketing, and content marketing. They were all really interesting. But the ones that were of particular interest to me were the ones related to social media and digital marketing techniques, because I'm not familiar with those particularly. But I was really interested to find that a lot of the information is on the Toastmasters International website under the brand portal. I was also interested to know that District 64 has lots of social media as well. So there are YouTube videos, podcasts, blogs. We have the Facebook pages, Meetup, and e-newsletters are on the website. I believe Stephen has just recently uploaded some of the learning that we've been doing through these leadership series, and I would encourage anyone to go to them. So my presentation this evening is primarily about the things I learned about social media and digital marketing. I'm just going to switch to a different screen and show you the club marketing guide. So the club marketing guide is available through Toastmasters International, and it's part of the brand portal. As you can see, it has some interactive icons on it. So adding new members is a great way to bring fresh perspectives into your club. And it's really a goal of the Distinguished Club Program. If I hit one of these icons, it will take me to another page with the exact information.
Liz, we
Yes?
cannot see any of that. You have not brought that up. We're
I'm sorry.
speaking- Okay,
Thank you.
You might have to stop sharing and then reshare the new screen potentially.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why it's not sharing.
Liz, maybe stop sharing and then try again.
I can try sharing something really quick and then stop sharing. There, and maybe try that. Oh no, still okay. Oh, technology.
Yes, I'm having trouble. It's
No,
not
no,
working.
Do you see a red on the top part that says stop share, can you see something red?
No, no, I don't see anything at all. All my little icons are missing.
Oh, you might, are you able to move your mouse to the top of the screen and kind of hover towards the top? It might cause the drop down menu to show if it's hidden, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Oh, here we go. I can stop here. I can try this. There we go. Here, I was able to stop participant sharing.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Maybe, yeah, no, try sharing the other.
You can pause and record.
There. Can you see it
Yay.
now?
Yeah, I can see Club Marketing Guide now. Thank you, Liz.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. Please carry on.
Technology. All right, so this is the club marketing guide that's available on the International Toastmasters International website under brand portal. And as you can see, there are interactive icons on the marketing tool itself. So when you click on these icons, it will take you to the actual tools that you can see for flyers, brochures, events. There's a part on corporate clubs. There are web tools talking about branding and talking about conversion of guests into actual club members. So this is the most interesting thing that I found, and it was featured in one of the District 56 videos. So I would encourage everyone to go to the Brand Central or Brand Portal and take a look at it if you're interested in marketing your club in any of those ways. But really what I wanted to talk about this evening was what I learned when I listened to all those videos. And there are some really important tips about social media and digital marketing. First of all, social media is a long-term strategy, or it should be a long-term strategy. It's not short-term. So creating content and maintaining your sites can be a really labor-intensive activity, which means that clubs need to have a team to actually do that work. It shouldn't be only on one person to do it. Clubs have a VP PR, but it takes a team. So if you have other members who are willing to participate, that makes it a little bit easier. Another important thing is that clubs need to really identify who their primary target audience is before they decide on which media the club will use for marketing. For example, they talked about Facebook, which is primarily used by adults 25 to 44, but more recently, those over 45 up to 64 and even older adults are being more active on Facebook. Contrast that to Instagram, where the users are 18 to 34 commonly, for an average of about 30 minutes a day. And this Instagram platform is primarily a visual platform. So the content is used to inspire, educate, entertain, and represent brands. And contrast that to LinkedIn, which is primarily used by 25 to 34-year-olds for an average of only 7.5 minutes a day, but it's mainly used for professional networking. Again, clubs need to decide on which media they want to participate in. And they also need to decide what makes them special or different than other clubs, and then focus that to promote. So for example, if you're mostly a professional club, you might feature professional content, leadership, humor. Maybe it's the time and location of your meetings that makes you special. So whatever it is, you need to decide on what makes you special and then focus on that. When you're doing the posts, simple and clear postings are recommended. So avoid using insider jargon like table topics, because people won't understand what you're saying, or sandwich method. When you're talking about evaluation, they won't understand that unless you explain it. And remember that Toastmaster branding must be used for all Toastmaster related posts. Now, there's a little bit of a controversy in one of the videos that I viewed, and it was on using social media or digital marketing instead of use of a club website. So there was a little bit of a difference of opinion about using that social media rather than driving people to your club website by using social media. So the people who thought it really should be only a club website as the club's primary marketing tool said that the website is the club's real estate and it's controlled by the club. So any content that goes onto there is permanent until the club changes it. Whereas they argued that social media rules can change quite easily. And anyway, the posts are not permanent. So it takes a lot more work to keep your posts current and up to date and showing on social media. In the end, the clubs need to create a marketing plan that includes whether to use social media and drive potential members to the club website, or just use social media and digital marketing instead by using posters on Facebook or Meetup and so on. Another thing that I learned is if you create a website, you need to keep the landing page up to date and relevant. You need to recognize member achievements in order to engage current members, and also make sure that you tell readers how to contact your club so that they can join a meeting and become members themselves. And the last thing that I learned is that if your club can create a free YouTube account and make videos, it's recommended that the videos should not be longer than about 15 minutes. And once you have that YouTube account, your video or other existing videos can be uploaded onto your free Toast Host website. So those are all interesting little tidbits about club marketing. And I hope you found the presentation of interest. The District 56 and District 64 YouTube videos and the Toastmaster International Club Marketing Guide are really excellent resources to get you started. And if anyone really wants a list of these things, I can send them to you if you're interested. So let me know. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Liz, for taking us through that. It's wonderful to know that Toastmasters International has a lot of up-to-date content there. So just in general, if you're looking for information, a great place to start, almost that is the place to start, is toastmasters.org. And to that point, there's a club marketing guide. But at the same time, networking is your friend too. And that's something that I've learned at the district leadership level, networking across districts and finding, wow, this district has really knocked it out of the park in this particular area. And that's where District 56 has really kind of built some great things that we can also share in too, because we're all Toastmasters. Thank you so much, Liz, for presenting on that. And we'll be hearing from Liz a little bit later in this session. Next up, we have, I believe it's Laverne Wojciechowski, who will be talking to us a little bit about generating club leads and how members can get engaged. And again, the theme through all of this is opportunities where new leaders and aspiring leaders, there's opportunities to grow, and thinking about how to extend District 64 and the clubs is yet another opportunity that you engage in to participate in the leadership and the coordination thereof. So Laverne, please tell us more. The floor is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, have you ever wondered how your club came to be? Well, it probably came to be because it was an idea somebody had or a lead to the district. And that little idea formed into a club of 20 members. Imagine that, a simple idea that became a club. Fellow Toastmasters, the district does receive several leads or prospect club ideas during the year. And the one way they receive it is through world headquarters from Toastmasters International. But that's not the only way. There's other ways that we can get club leads for the district and build our district and have more clubs. Because during the years or over the years, clubs will tend to come and go. And it's much like the membership in a club. The club membership changes from year to year, and the same with the clubs in the district. They change from year to year as well. So we always have to constantly be building and looking for these new ideas and finding out where we can start these new clubs. So as I said, Toastmasters International World Headquarters will send the district a list of possible ideas and clubs. And it's usually corporations that have the idea to form a club in that particular list. But there's other places that we can find clubs and get ideas for building new clubs, especially from current members. Current members all have family members, they have neighbors, they go to work, they have coworkers, they travel. In all of those aspects of life, you meet many different people, and there might be an opportunity in one of those areas for a new club to form. So it's not only the district taking the Toastmasters International list and trying to find out if there's a club possibility. All of us can contribute by having these ideas for the different places that we work and live and travel to come up with an idea for a club. We could also form sister clubs. For example, if we have a corporate club in one area, they might have another office in another town or area of the province, and they might want to form a club. So it's a matter of having the people in that club connect with the other people in the other organization and seeing if they're interested in having a club. As Man mentioned, it's a great idea to go at it and speak at different organizations. In the past, I've done Speakers Bureau where I've gone out and spoken to organizations, and they were interested in forming clubs after we went to go speak to those organizations. So that's another opportunity where we can find a lead, bring it to the district, and help build a club. Sometimes Speechcraft works as well. You might have new people coming into the club with Speechcraft, but they might work at different places, have different friends and neighbors, and might be interested in actually forming a club, in addition to maybe joining your club after they do a Speechcraft. So that's another opportunity. And sometimes it's just a matter of looking around where you are. If you were in downtown Winnipeg at the corner of Portage and Main and looked up around at all the buildings around you, how many different organizations and corporations would you see? Many of them. And how many of them do you think have Toastmasters clubs? Not that many. But there's another place where we can look and see if we know anybody that works there and give us a lead or a contact to some of those organizations. And maybe those corporations would want to start a club. And it's a matter of making a cold call to those organizations and inviting them to have a discovery meeting and see if they are actually interested in forming a club. Some other things to consider. If you are in a community and you want to form a community club, Toastmasters International recommends having about 10,000 people in that community. That's a rule of thumb, not necessarily a rule that you need to keep in mind. But think about it. If you're in a community, maybe your community could benefit from a Toastmasters club. For corporations, Toastmasters recommends at least having 150 people in that group to form a club of 20 people. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of corporations and workplaces that have at least 150 people, but they don't have a Toastmasters club. So that's another opportunity, is to look at the workplaces that have at least 150 people. Now, Toastmasters, you can give us these names, you can look for these names, you can have the ideas for these clubs, and you can get credit for it by helping sponsor these clubs or mentor these clubs. Because as it was mentioned in all of these presentations tonight, it takes a team to make things work. It can't only just be one person. So don't feel if you have an idea that it's only you that can build the club. We actually work together as a team. We create a demo team, we have sponsors for the club, we have mentors for the club, and we have other Toastmasters that are willing to help out in various roles to get this club on its feet. So I want to encourage you, whether you're an area director, division director, somebody in the district that needs credit for starting a new club, or whether you're just a member and have an idea, because you can also get credit, whether you're going to be a sponsor, a mentor, or helping the club to get some of your speech projects done. It's worth the effort. Just remember that little idea can grow into a club of 20 members. So I encourage you, all of you, to come up with a list of ideas of clubs and places that you think needs a Toastmasters club, and pass it on to myself or Stephen Bryden as the club growth director. We'll take that lead, follow up with it, and see if we can actually get some more clubs in the district. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Laverne. And thank you for telling us about how to get engaged for club extension activities and yet again, another set of leadership opportunities for any aspiring leaders out there. And what did I hear? Mentors and sponsors? Wait a minute. Guess what? We have Liz Jonasson to tell us a little bit more about becoming a sponsor and a club mentor. And what does that mean? And what does that look like? So Liz, please tell us more what these leadership opportunities look like.
Thank you, Stephen. I shared my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So as Laverne mentioned, there are new club building opportunities, and the opportunities to become a club sponsor or a club mentor are really important. So what are club sponsors and what do they do? Club sponsors become involved in creating a new club right at the very beginning. So they're there to follow up on leads, as Laverne has mentioned. They can serve as a contact for demonstration meetings. They can recruit new members for those clubs. They can show new clubs how to hold meetings and elect the club officers, submit the charter paperwork and fees and dues to Toastmasters International, and then plan a charter presentation meeting. They're also very important in guiding clubs through the first 6 to 12 months of their existence. They ensure that club officers understand their duties, familiarize the club officers with the Toastmasters educational program, that's Pathways, and familiarize the club officers with the Distinguished Club program. And in the end, help to recruit and retain members. They also work with the club mentors. So club mentors come into the new club once it's already been chartered. But really, they should start working with the sponsors prior to the club being chartered, because there's a trade-off between the club sponsor and the club mentor on helping the club officers to get established. So up to 2 club mentors are assigned or are volunteered to work with the new club executive team and the club sponsors to transition the support and development of that new club. The club mentors, again, guide the clubs through the first 6 to 12 months after their charter. They ensure club officers understand their duties and how to perform them. They familiarize the club officers with Pathways and the Distinguished Club program. They share knowledge by using the resources that are available through Toastmasters International and also the District 64 website, the Pathways program, and member recognition. They provide insight. So it's really important that the club executive actions or inactions affect how the club and the members function. And it's important that the club mentor really works with the club executive to understand that. The club officers often make a choice about meeting roles and options and customs within the club. So you're creating a club culture. The club mentor might work with the club executive on moments of truth to help establish quality club meetings. They might work with the club executive to have speech contests within the club and also to establish a mentoring program within the club. Then they work on building and maintaining membership through the membership building contests, through promotional strategies, and through member recognition. So being a club mentor or a club sponsor is really important. But again, you're not alone when you do these tasks or these jobs. They're really important. And you have a team that helps to support you. So there's a club growth director and the district marketing team, the club extension committee, the club sponsor committee, club quality chair, club mentor committee, club retention chair, club coach committee, area and division directors, and experienced Toastmasters to help facilitate and participate in the demonstration meetings and the pre-charter information meetings. So as Laverne mentioned, and it's been mentioned all through this evening, it really takes a team to do this. One of the last things I wanted to talk about is some benefits. So what's in it for me if I become a club sponsor or a mentor? A club sponsor helps you to grow by enhancing your leadership skills. You develop project management skills, expand your marketing expertise, and you earn credit towards your DTM. If you're a mentor, again, you share your expertise, you develop the capacity to to transfer the values and the strategies that you've learned into productive actions. You build your team working skills, apply your leadership skills, and earn credit towards your DTM. So that's the end of my presentation, and back to you, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Liz, as I take myself off of mute. Thank you for telling us more about the leadership opportunities for becoming a club sponsor and a club mentor. So we've heard from so many different aspects of different support services that District 64 offers to its clubs, and all the leadership opportunities from club coaching, speechcraft, speakers bureau, of course, engaging in all the different marketing materials and resources that are available to all clubs. Of course, that helps get the word out. We heard a little bit about what does it mean to create new clubs and how a member can engage, and what that looks like. And last but not least, we've heard again this about sponsors and club mentors. So that concludes our presentation today. And I'd like to thank everyone here who took the time to prepare and present the different presentations that we heard tonight and the great content. So many thanks to Doreen Roman, Laurette Greenlay, Doan, Laverne Wojciechowski, and of course, Liz Jonasson. Many thanks for helping put this together. And that concludes this bonus part 5 of the Leadership Confidence Building series.